All right. Well, welcome back, collectors. Looks like it's time again for Double Trouble. I see Tyler on the couch. How's it going, Tyler?
And it's going pretty well. Happy to be here.
Yeah, glad to be back. Well, before we start talking about currency tonight, Tyler has some exciting news to share with us. Go, Tyler.
Oh yeah, last weekend I had my first professional boxing match all the way in Cienega, Colombia,
All
and
right.
wound up taking home the win, first round stoppage. So
Good.
I started my journey as a professional boxer.
Well, congratulations, Tyler. That's a lot of hard work.
Yes, it is a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah, we're all proud of you. Yeah, it'll be fun to watch your career, over the months and years grow.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it, and I appreciate your support and everyone else. You
Yeah.
know, because it takes a village, really.
Okay, well, tonight we have selected a group of notes from recent currency auctions. These auctions occurred during the month of September and took place at Heritage, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections. And just a reminder before we begin, the price shown includes the buyer's premium. Okay, so let's get to it. First up, we've got this Series 1923 $1 legal tender. It's graded 30 by PMG and has the exceptional paper quality designation. Tyler, you have something special to tell us about this, I bet.
Yeah, so I actually won this note. This one came from Stax Bowers. I should be getting it in the mail early this week, hopefully. But
Cool.
anyways, I just thought the color was great on this one. Centering's pretty good. You see some light folds in the portrait area, but
Right.
besides that, I just thought it was like a perfect note for like my kind of collection, like collecting those nice mid-grade notes.
Yes.
Um, so in sheet in a 35 is 300, and then the Paper Money of the United States 23rd edition, the book has it in a 20 at 275 and in a 40 at 425. So this one kind of fell right in the middle, I think. I think
Right.
this one, I thought I got it for a pretty decent price, but
Yes.
uh, it just has good color.
And that EPQ helps as well.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of value there, especially when it comes to auction.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Next, we have a legal tender, $2 series 1869. It's a nice rainbow note, graded 15. It does have a pinholes comment.
Yeah, so at this grade level, pinholes usually don't make too much of a difference. A lot of people collecting notes kind of in the fine range.
Yes.
Uh, Usually they're not super picky when it comes to pinholes. It's like the rust and the big stains and missing corners and stuff that they care about. So usually it doesn't affect price as much at this level. Uh, in sheet, in a 12 is 500 and in a 20 is 1,050. So a big jump. And then for the book, it's 800 in a fine, in a fine 12. So
Okay.
this note still has some color. The seal is there. The portrait is kind of grainy. The
Right.
centering's a little off, but it's all there. It looks good. And I
Right.
think it's a nice example.
Right. I would like to mention the star that you see on at the end of the serial number does not mean that this is a replacement note. At this time, that's just for decoration. So just wanted to point that out to people.
Yeah, it looks cool though.
Yeah, it
Big
does.
old
It
solid
does.
star.
It does. The banknote reporter shows this note at 1165 in fine.
Jeez.
So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, 690 looks like a great deal at that rate.
So the thing with rainbow notes is it's all about the color on these notes. And if the note doesn't have color, like this one has color, but it's not super duper strong,
Right,
it's not going to reach the high end of what, super colorful, vibrant find would have.
right.
With the rainbow notes, there's just a lot more sway.
Okay. All right. Uh, Next, we have a beautiful Series 1899 $2 silver certificate. This one is graded 35 by PMG. It does have a comment of mounted.
Yep. So this one, I mean, it's really nice. Even with that comment, it's not in your face. I mean, honestly, a lot of people wouldn't even be able to notice that it was mounted, especially from these pictures. Um,
I did.
but yeah, it's very difficult to tell. But this note in green sheet
Yep.
is 500, 500 and a 35. And
Hmm.
then in the book, in a 20 is 375 and a 40 is 900. So I mean, this note went very cheaply and
Yes.
probably for those comments, but I had my eye on this note because it's definitely one that I would have considered for my own collection.
Yes. And at this point, let's take a moment to remind everybody what we mean by the terms sheet and book.
Yeah, so with Green Sheet, uh, today I'm using the Green Sheet from August of 2025. It's from CDM Publishing, and they post usually wholesale prices that are
Yeah.
used to assist dealers or like collectors trying to get things on the cheap, but it's
Yeah.
mostly for buying in bulk from dealer to dealer. And then for the book, we're referring to the paper money of the United States. And I have the 23rd edition, which I believe is 2023.
Yes.
So that's the latest edition that I'm using, and that's more on the retail side and oftentimes high retail. So
Yeah.
that's that I would consider that more like your red line in terms of buying any particular note. Um, but obviously, if you really want it, go ahead, bid it up. But usually that's kind of like your danger zone after you pass that price.
Right. Right. And I'm going to correct myself on what I said a moment ago about the Freeburg book. I believe that's 24, but it is the 23rd edition. But I think it came out in 24.
2024. All
Yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah, because I know it's somewhat recent. It's the latest one that they released.
yes. Yes. All right. Let's move on to this next note is a series 1874 $2 legal tender. It's graded 30 by PMG and carries the comment trimmed.
Yeah, so I really like this note too. I mean, I like all these notes.
Yeah.
This would have been your pick, I think, Ontario.
Yeah. Yeah. I got something else to say about it in a minute, but go ahead.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so this one sheets out and in a 20 is 575 and in a 35 is 800.
Mhm.
And then in the book, in a 20 is 750, in a 40 is 1500. I mean,
Yeah.
this one's got, I mean, those seals are nice and vivid. They're not washed out.
Right.
Obviously, having that trimmed comment is gonna, take some value off. It
Yeah.
kind of looks like it's that right margin to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. I call these tweeners. Uh,
Yeah.
to me, the 1869 Rainbow is sort of one book in, and the series 1880 is the other. Because the 1880 was around for so long.
Hmm.
I call these sort of tweener notes. They're the 1874, 75, and 78. Um, they're different. The seals are different, and it's almost like they were having a little fun with the design, at least on the face.
Yeah, and that's why I collected, this series
Yeah.
as its own type. I considered it its own type. Uh, Not everyone is going to collect these notes. They just aren't very popular.
Right.
but I think they are very attractive and they present a good value. I
Yeah.
mean, this is a note from the 1870s that's in like nice mid-grade condition
Yeah.
that you got for well under $1,000. And I
Yeah.
think that that presents a really good value.
Yes, I agree. All right. Next is a Series 1886 $2 silver certificate, graded 15 by PMG, with the handsome portrait of General Hancock.
Yeah, so this one is, I mean, I oftentimes forget about this note because I got it so long ago and I just kind of flipped past it in my book, but it is a beautiful note. I really like the reverse on this type. So Friedberg 244 in a 12 in green sheet, it's
Yeah.
at 450,
Mhm.
and then in a 12 in the book is 625. The reason I didn't include 20 pricing is because the note kind of looks washed out.
Yeah, it does.
Um, it's not super duper colorful. It's kind of like a
Right.
rougher looking 15 despite being comment free.
Yeah.
Um, I remember I got mine in 2017. It's also a choice fine 15, but it has a small hole in
Mhm.
it, and I got it for 300.
Yeah.
So, they're starting to inch up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it because it's just sort of a one-off design. It's just a unique looking note. That's what
Yeah,
I,
they replaced it with the Wyndham note in 1891,
right.
and this note just kind of looks very period.
Yes, it does. It does. All right. Next, we have a very popular battleship note, Series 1918 $2 Federal Reserve banknote. This one's graded 20 by PMG, and it sold for $750.
Pardon my cat jumping
Well,
up
that's
here,
all
but
right. That's all right. Cat wants to
but
be in the video. That's okay.
it wants to say
There.
hello.
Right. There.
All
Yeah.
right, so this one in a 20 in green sheet is 525, and then in the book in a 20 is 825. This one is comment free,
Yeah.
but it looks like that left side has got some staining on it that wasn't mentioned.
Yeah.
Uh, but the ink is nice and bold. Uh, I think it's the back. There's no heavy folds. I
No.
mean, this is kind of like a your run of the mill VF20 in my opinion.
Right. Right. Sort of has battle scars from circulation, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been circulated, it's
Yeah.
been around, but
Yeah.
it's a nice representation of a
Yeah.
battleship note.
It is. It is. All right. Next, we have a wood chopper. This is an 1869 rainbow note. It's graded 20 by PMG and is comment free.
This one looks like it spent some time in a swamp with how green it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Not super green.
Yeah. It's
Uh
not that pretty, but
so this one green sheet is 1150
yeah.
and then 1250 in the book.
Yeah.
So it's right smack in the middle there. Um
Yeah.
again, comment free, but I think it's just strangely green.
Yeah. 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 Somebody wanted it enough to pay $1,200 for it. So, but you're
Yeah,
right.
I think that's okay. I mean, you can definitely say it's rainbow.
This is another wood chopper, Series 1880, legal tender, graded 25 by PMG. It does have a pinholes comment, and
Yeah,
it's sold for $433.
I think this is another one where, unless there's a ton of pinholes, and it's very hard. That's one thing too that you need to pay attention to as someone who buys notes online. It's very difficult to see pinholes and to see, exactly how many and how they affect the appearance of the note.
Yeah,
Um, but at this grade level, again, pinholes usually aren't a deal breaker, and this is a really nice, bold looking 25. Uh, let's see,
yeah,
FR72 in a 20 is 350. in green sheet, and then in the book in a 20 is 600.
Yeah,
Um,
they got a good deal then, I guess.
from, yeah, from my experience, these notes are they're really hard to track down. It took
Yes,
me a long time to get an 1885 with that large brown seal.
yes.
And yeah, I think this note actually went cheaper than these references are suggesting.
Hmm. Yeah, I also had made the note of that large brown seal. You just don't see those as often. So,
You don't, and you usually pay up for them when you do,
right.
and that's where I think these references can be somewhat misguiding,
Yes.
in either direction.
Yes, it's important to remember they are just guides.
Yep.
So you have to always do your research and check current auction results, which is what we hope we're giving you here.
And we are. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next is a very popular education series, $5 silver certificate. Series 1896, graded 12 by PMG. It does have a minor repairs comment and sold for $1,560.
Yeah. So these notes are really freaking rare
Yeah,
for people. They're really rare to like get one that's nice and you can get it affordably. Uh, in sheet this says 950 in a 12, and in the book says 1500. I think that's I think the book is probably closer to
yeah,
reality
yes,
on this one. I mean, so let me clarify. These notes are not actually rare, but they're held on to, and
yeah.
then like those real nice notes, they're held on to, and when they come for sale, they always get bid up. This one, the reverse looks kind of funky if
Yep,
you look at Grant's face,
he does.
but
Yeah.
all the design elements are there. I mean, it's like probably one of those perfect notes for many collectors to get like a pretty decent example of this type.
And these have been moving up a lot.
Yeah,
The
this is one of those notes that's considered like an investment type of, an investment type of note, like the Chief and the Bison and the
right,
Morgan back. It's like one of those super popular notes. There's enough out there, but there's never enough to, satisfy all the demand.
right, right, right. Okay. Next, we have the first of two chief notes. This one is graded 20 by PMG and is comment free.
So this one has actually pretty good color in that seal. Um, Again, comment free. This is 650 in green sheet and then 975 in the book.
Yeah.
Um, I think this is a really nice 20. I would be happy owning this one. And I actually think I like it more than the next note we're going to show.
Yeah. This one has sort of what I'll just call a natural skin. It doesn't look like it's been messed with.
Yeah, it just looks like it definitely hasn't been washed.
Right.
Uh, it spent a lot of time in circulation, but it didn't get destroyed.
Right.
I mean, this is just a historical note.
Yes. All right. Let's look at that next chief. This is another 18 series 1899. This one is graded 25 by PMG.
So this one is the Friedberg 280 Mule.
Cool. Yes.
And the mule, I mean, it's the whole thing with the back plates, like them switching the front and back plates and those combinations.
Yep.
Um, the way you can tell you can use references, they'll tell you on that back plate number, just the position of that number that will help you identify whether or not it's a mule. Um, but in sheet, in a 20, we've got 650. In a 35, we've got 1300. And then in the book, we have 975 and a 20. Uh, this one is much brighter than the other note, but if you just look, if you go back, if you rewind a little bit, you
Yeah.
can see that the color, the green color is much stronger on the VF20, but this one has that, that bright look that a lot of people enjoy.
Yes. Now, do you think that this note has been washed at some time in its life?
Yeah, I definitely think it's possible, um, but it doesn't look bad to me. I
Yeah.
honestly think maybe this note just wasn't inked as well when it was made.
All right.
Again, I'm no expert, so that's just my
Yeah.
my best guess. But
Right. Okay. Next up, we've got a Series 1914 Federal Reserve note. This is a $5 note with a star, and it's graded 12 by PMG and has a pinholes comment. Now, I looked this one up on Track and Price. There are only 6 of these star notes known for this Friedberg number. And the the book had this at $1,250 and 12.
yep, exactly, and that's what I was just gonna say. I am not a big Star Note guy,
Yeah,
but someone got lucky with
I
this
think they
one.
got a deal.
I'll tell you what, because I mean, there's that weird little stain off to the left, you
Yep.
know, and it's got some expected problems for a fine, but it still looks very presentable. And, you know, you said 6 known.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's actually 5 on Track and Price, and this one is not one
on
of them.
there.
So this is I guess, a new find, maybe.
Yeah, wow. So, I mean, that's just a steal at that point.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got a really good deal. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Next, we've got a beautiful $10 Series 1869 Jackass note, rainbow note again. This one is graded 25 by PMG and is comment free. It sold for $2,640.
This is a really, really beautiful, vibrant rainbow note. Um, Honestly, when it comes to these VF25s that are beautiful like this one,
Yep.
the references you can just kind of toss them out the window.
Yeah.
Um, so it says 1450 and a 20 and 2400 and a 35 on green sheet, and then 1850 for a 20 in the book. I mean, just with a note like this that's this appealing
Yeah.
and comment free, you're just gonna have to pay whatever you have to pay. You know, there's XF notes that don't have this kind of color in the rainbow series. So
Right.
I mean, it's just a really nice note.
This note checks all the boxes. Yeah. Yeah. The banknote reporter uh, shows this note at 2,500 in extra fine, which looks like that's what they were paying for.
Yeah, again with these notes, you're paying for the color big
Yep.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. But a nice note. Nice note.
Yep, super nice.
Next, we've got a Series 1901 Bison note. This one is graded very good 10 by PCGS in a funky sideways holder. And it's sold for $780.
Yeah, so these are the early PCGS holders, PCGS currency holders.
Yeah.
Um, I want to say this is around 2005 to 2007,
Okay.
around that time frame. So, mid 2000s. Uh, it has that red border around the holder. I mean, this is probably because we look at the green sheet on this note. Let's see. FR 122 sheet is 500 to 650. So 500 and an 8, 650 and a 12, and then
Yeah.
in the book is 550 and an 8, 725 and a 12. And it exceeded both of those.
Yes.
The note itself, I mean, by today's standards, this is probably a fine. Uh, I mean, you can disagree with me. It's got its problems for sure.
The margin on the left face looks pretty close. You think it's
I mean,
worth
it
an eight?
definitely it looks trimmed. And
Yeah. Yeah.
they said edge problems, but it's definitely been trimmed. But the color's still good, and I bet someone out there also bought this note just because of the holder. You don't really see these anymore. Most of these
No.
notes got replaced and put into newer holders. So maybe there's a little bit of like that,
Yeah.
with coins, there's the rattlers and they have,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, an extra premium.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe notes with these holders one day will see a premium as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, uh, I'm not much on collecting holders. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting aside, but
Yeah.
there's no big demand, I don't think.
Yeah. To answer your question a moment ago, I think this note would probably grade at least a 12 today. Would don't you?
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. This next note is a $10 gold certificate from series 1922, and it's graded 35 by PMG, selling for $456.
Yeah, super solid example. You see that top left corner is kind of worn down a little bit, and there's some smudge down in the lower left. But besides that, this is a really nice note, super vibrant reverse. You've got 435 in green sheet, and then you've got 375 in a 20 to 750 and a 40 in the book.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, this is another really nice example. It's got like a couple little issues that, people buying looking for a note in this grade range may have shied away from.
Right.
Um, but this would have presented like a decent value to somebody.
I think that's beautiful color.
Yeah, I think the color is really, really nice. I
Yep.
just think someone was scared by the slight imperfections.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but yeah, super bold. This is a note that I'm definitely looking for. I'm looking to upgrade my 1922 10 to a nice 30 or 35.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got a series 1923 $10 legal tender, also known as the poker chip note. It is graded 20 by PCGS and sold for $2,418.
Very nice VF20 example. This is not unlike my own. I also have a PCGS banknote VF20. This one green sheet is 2,400, and then in the book is at 3,000. Um, so
Wow.
this one definitely sold for a whole lot closer to wholesale price. I bought mine in 2021. I want to say August of 2021 for 2,000.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the price is kind of moving up a little bit, not crazy, but
Right.
I mean, it's a super popular type. There's no comments. Looks good. Um, so about 2,400 is accurate.
All right. Next, we've got the first of two $50 gold certificates. This one is a series 1913. It is graded 25 by PMG with a rust comment. It's a
So
bright.
this, yeah, just looking at the back of the note, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
it's just sharp.
Yes.
It looks amazing. And honestly, that rust on the front, it doesn't even really touch the design at all.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be bothered by the rust too much, but I'm definitely a lot more forgiving than many other collectors. This one in a 20 is 900, but in a 35 is 2,300 green sheet.
Right.
And then in the book for a 20 is 1,500. And then for the 40, it was some ridiculous number, so I didn't record it.
Right.
But this is one of those tricky ones because the color is super nice, but it has, a more serious problem. Uh, So this is really where those auction results come in handy. And 1620, it's kind of right there in the middle of the sheet pricing.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, the 1913s are more difficult than the 1922s.
right.
This one has really good color for a 25, but
Yes.
it's also got those problems.
Yeah, I guess it, like you said earlier, it kind of comes down to what you're willing to pay.
Well, yeah, it comes down to what you're willing to pay and what you value.
Yeah,
Uh, if you really value just, a totally, whole note with no significant problems, this one might not be for you. But if you're looking for a note with, as much eye appeal as you can
right.
afford, like
Hmm.
as much as you can afford, best bang for your buck, a note like this is going to be, ideal.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's take a look at this Series 1922 gold certificate. This one's graded 25 by PMG. It has a pinholes comment and sold for $930. Now, I actually bid on this note. I did bid quite enough, but this is the more common Freeburg number for the design. You've got large serial numbers, small serial numbers, mules, and stars involved with the 1200. So
Yeah.
there are about 2,000 total notes remaining through all those, variations. So this is the most common, for the design.
That's quite a few for a 50 and for a gold certificate especially.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so this example, it it's a whole note, but it's got that weird kind of color going on. I wonder if part of that is because of the old PMG holders,
I see.
because sometimes they create that opacity that kind of
I see.
skews the note.
I
Because
see.
if you compare the 1913 50 to
Yeah,
this 1922, they're the same grade, but wow, is there a difference in eye appeal?
very much, very much. That's a good uh, example of eye appeal or the lack of it.
Yeah, you can just see that massive difference. So this one, um, green sheet in a 20 is 800, and then in a 35 is 1950, and then in the book for a 20 is 825. So it's actually not much different from sheet, although these notes are going up and they have been going up recently.
Mm,
Um, I think 930 for this note, definitely on the lower side, but it's hard to say when it has the color that it has or lack thereof compared to the 1913 in the same grade. Again, what we were just kind of talking about, the color and the eye appeal makes a big difference no matter what that holder says.
right. Correct. Correct. All right. Next up, we have an 1882 $100 gold certificate. This one is graded 30 by PMG. It has two comments, rust and closed pinholes. I think this is a beautiful note,
Yeah, that rust is just that tiny little spot at the bottom.
right in the
And
center. Hmm.
obviously it's been minorly repaired with closed pinholes. Nothing crazy. Um, in a 20 in green sheet, it's 1700. And then in a 35 is 2500. And then in the book is 2500 in a 20. And then a staggering 8500 in a 40.
Yeah.
So these notes, I mean, again, we're talking about this how, in that book, sometimes it's just out of touch, especially when it comes to like the high grade stuff. But it is true, these notes are very difficult to get in high grade.
Yes.
Um, this one has that eye appeal, especially for VF, has those minor problems. The price exceeded, even in a 35, this exceeded 35 price for wholesale. Um,
Yes.
I mean, this note, again, like I said, good color. So it's kind of interesting to see where the price, where the hammer falls on notes like these.
Well, this is a less common Freeburg number as well. That 1211, there's only about 60 of them known. So I think it's the 1215 that's the most common one for this particular series. But yeah, definitely a bright, clean example. All right. We've got kind of a late entry here, don't we, Tyler?
Yeah, we got a nice little interest bearing note.
Yeah, this is a $10 1864 compound interest treasury note, graded very good 10, or net, I should say 10.
Yeah, so you really just don't see these notes. I think a lot of people kind of dismiss them because they don't really fit like the general circulation category.
Right,
Uh, it's outside of what I am considering for my typeset, but again, it's one of those rare notes that, if you can get one and it just kind of happens at the right time, right place. I mean, they're just super interesting because it's like a mix between the 1862 $1 legal tender and the Black Eagle. It's kind of like a combination there.
right.
But so let's see, it was
It's sold.
30,
Go ahead.
yeah, 37.50 um book price in
Mhm.
a VG. So I mean, this one kind of sold, for the VG10 net, sold for, pretty good price.
Yeah, it sold for $2,760.
Yeah.
So that's seems like a good price based on what you just said.
Yeah, and it came out on a Tuesday auction in Heritage.
Yeah,
So
that's unusual. Yeah.
yeah, it's just unusual to see such a rare note in an auction like that.
Well, that was a really good group of notes. Um, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think the market is still kind of holding on. I don't really see, massive jumps or drops at the moment.
Right.
Um, just seems to be kind of holding steady right now.
Yeah.
At least in terms of auction results.
Right. Right.
And so both of us were at a show. Uh,
Yes, we
I
were.
guess that would have been early September,
Yes.
and prices there, you know, high for some things, more reasonable on others.
Right.
But I think overall, dealers are kind of looking for more money than these auction results are, revealing.
Yes. Yes. On the whole, yes. We found a couple deals, but yes, I think so. And we found uh some dealers that tended to overgrade, didn't we, Tyler?
Oh yeah, one that one fella in particular. Oh boy, that's why it's important to know how to grade stuff, especially if you're buying raw notes,
Yeah.
because that would have thrown you through a loop.
Yeah. It sure would have. Sure would have. Well, there are a lot of exciting auctions coming up in this month, so I, recommend that everyone keep their eyes and ears open. A lot of good inventory coming up this month.
A big heritage auction coming next week, so um, definitely a lot of notes to keep your eyes peeled out for.
Well, we'd like to thank all of you for joining us, and I hope you've enjoyed this conversation as much as we have. And please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, tell a friend, and thanks for stopping by. Good night, everyone.